Hello everyone, welcome to this tutorial. In this lab basically we will see the use of the volatile keyword. So in the last tutorial we saw like the volatile keyword is basically tells to the JVM not to cache the variable. So when you are retrieving the value of the variable, it will not go the cache, it will direct hit to the main memory, and from there you will be getting the desired value. Fine. So we just see here how you will be how you can use the volatile keyword in a multi-threaded environment. So basically most of the time you will be using the volatile keyword in a multi-threading environment only. So I have created just one class volatile data just to initialize the volatile variable. So press F3, can go here. Okay, so here in this class basically I am initializing just one variable, the counter variable, basically that is volatile. Okay, and just creating a two method, get counter and increment counter. So get counter basically will return you the current instance of current state of the variable. So whatever the value will be residing in that counter variable at that particular moment, that get counter will give you. And increase counter is basically to increment this variable by some other thread. Okay, and we'll check how it behaves. Okay, so here I am creating a two thread. Okay, just creating a reference of the thread. Okay, two thread, and I am creating my thread, and this is the user defined thread, and just passing the volatile data object. So basically this containing the two method, the get data and the increment data. Okay, so if you go there, F3. Okay, just it's capturing the volatile data. Okay, and we are overriding the run method, and from there if you see the date dot get counter is giving you the initialized variable value, and at that time the value of the variable was 0. Okay, and if you are getting the increment counter, it will be the 1. So first time when the one thread is running, 0 and 1 will get returned. Okay, so assume basically here I am creating a two thread. Okay, and we have overridden the run method. So whenever you are doing the start, it will run method gets called. Okay, so I created a two thread, two times I am starting a loop to start the thread. So which thread will gets the chance first, we cannot say. Okay, so it's depend upon the scheduler what kind of algorithm that has got implemented. It will execute based upon that. Okay, and just I am joining this method. So join method is nothing, we know, like if one thread wants to wait, okay, to complete to other threads. Okay, then join method gets used. Okay, so whatever the thread, okay, is getting chance. So suppose the first thread, the index 0 thread, okay, wants to wait. Okay, and it has got initialized, then it will call join method. It means the thread 0 will go to the waiting state. Okay, and it will wait until the second thread gets completed. Okay, so basically let's see this how it behaves. Okay, so let's run this code. So two thread we are running parallelly. So what happened? Yeah, it's coming. So yeah, see this thread 9 and thread 10. So this is the basically the first thread, and this is the basically a second thread. Okay, so if you see the old value is 0, I am just taking the get counter, it's get 1. Okay, if the second thread is trying to get the value, okay, it's not reading from the cache. If it would have read from the cache, it would have got the 0 value, but it's getting the 1 because 1 is residing in the main memory. Got it? And let's go to this volatile. Okay, and come here. Sorry, run it again. Sorry. drag it here. Yeah, see here this thread 9, this is the old value 0, and the thread new value 1 is coming. See again the thread 10, it's a second thread, it's getting the old value 0 only. Okay, so because it's in a multi-threading environment, this is not a multiple CPU. Okay, so it will not give you the guarantee anytime. Okay, because the second thread might have executed, okay, before the first thread. Okay, so you will get the this kind of variable. So if you are running again, okay, see here in this time, okay, if you see, go to that volatile data, see here, the first time, if you getting the old get data value, it's returning the 0 because it was initialized 0. Okay, if I'm incrementing count, it got 1. Okay, and second thread, it trying to read the value through the get counter, it got the 1, whatever the last updated value it was in the main memory, from there it read. Okay, and it shows you. Okay, and the same thing happening in the new variable. Okay, using this data dot get counter. Okay, so second time, if you're getting the get counter, it will read the data from the main memory, that is the 1, and from that variable, from that value, it will get incremented by 1. So that's why it's giving you the second. So basically, if you are seeing the how the volatile is getting volatile basically. Okay, so it will not giving you the when the value are keep changing. Okay, it will giving you the changed value. Okay, so it is not getting cache, so there is no data inconsistency. Okay, so it will always give you the data which are residing in the main memory. This will not give you the half initialized value. Okay, half initialized means when the value is initialized into the variable first, while initializing it goes to the cache. Okay, so it may happen if you are trying to read that value from that cache area, that it may have a half initialized value. So while using volatile, you won't get that kind of half initialized value. And please remember, this can and should be used in a multi-threading environment only, and volatile keyword is used with variable only. It is not used by any method or any class or any other thing. Okay, so that's all about this. Thank you.